everyone out there in YouTube land. This is FEDEX Draconis coming with you with another toy review video. And on today's video, we're going to focus on Star Wars The Black Series, The Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano. So this is the version of her as she appears in Season 7, the 7th and final season of Clone Wars. And she is looking outstanding. It's a far cry from how she appeared in Rebels. A little bit more mature, barely out of her teens, perhaps maybe 17, 18 years old at the time when she reappeared in Clone Wars. And of course she's got her two lightsabers as they appeared when she was a Padawan under Anakin Skywalker in Clone Wars. So it's a really great looking figure, at least from what I've seen so far. Now granted, if anyone's seen the little showcase that I did last week, you will have seen that I did introduce this figure. I have yet to open her up, so this will be a first time today. Now I'm going to go ahead and showcase the artwork. As you can see, it's got some really great artwork, which is now, there we go, now the norm for the Black Series. In addition, the Black with what Hasbro is doing, they're trying to make all the characters photorealistic. This will include characters coming in from Clone Wars or Rebels, and we've already seen that with Rebels from the ones that I have already reviewed, which I think was Ahsoka as she appeared in Rebels, Ezra Bridger, I believe Zeb was another one. I don't know if I had gotten Sabine in this series. I don't think I did. Though, when I first heard about it, I was just barely starting to go ahead and reacquire, characters, since I had gotten Chopper originally. And I still had Hera before my last Toy Purge. So she was kind of the only ones that survived. So during my reacquisition, I wound up getting Chopper, which was a surprise to begin with, and then I wound up getting Kanan and then Sabine, and then I wound up seeing the pre-orders at that time for Zeb, Ezra, basically the whole Ghost crew. But I didn't bother getting the whole Ghost crew again. I just went ahead and got the ones that were missing. So now we're going to go ahead and move on ahead, and you're going to see a little bio. Now you see a much more larger image of Ahsoka, and you also see the little bio on there. Now if you wish to go ahead and pause the video, by all means go ahead and do so you can read the bio. I'm going to go ahead and read it nonetheless. Now it does say Ahsoka Tano, a Togruta female, was the Padawan learner to Anakin Skywalker and a hero of the Clone Wars. Alongside Anakin, she grew from the headstrong student into a mature leader. Now, basically, this repeats itself again in several different languages, and I'm going to do everyone a favor and not try and read it in that language, because I will butcher it. But let's go ahead and move this figure back to how it was. And at this point, without any more further ado, let's get her opened up, and to loosely quote Optibotimus, let's see how cool she really is. Alright, I am back. There she is, out of her box. and all ready for action. And she's looking pretty awesome looking. Like I said, as I go ahead and zoom in just a bit and adjust accordingly, she's got a really good looking face sculpt. I mean, I'm trying to zoom in just a little bit more and adjust. There we go. And man, that is an awesome face sculpt. You can tell they did take some great effort in making it very realistic, but while still maintaining the look of the actual character from the series. The costume, or not the costume, but the uniform that she wears, is outstanding. I like the way it looks on her. I like the gauntlets that she has on the sides. It's got the communications devices on there, as you can tell. She's got... I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. Whoop! I'm going to go ahead and zoom out just a bit. There we go. And, alrighty. And, as you can tell, she's got the skirts, the crotch skirts, the side skirts that she wears along her hips, the high boots, the back skirts, and then she's got her, her head tails. Not exactly sure what they're called, really, but all in all, it is great. And I do apologize for a lot of the movement. I'm just trying to get this figure in full frame here, because I just want to make sure that is there. She's got, she, as you can tell, she poses very well. She's got some really great articulation. She can look, well, not all that much up because of the back head tail. She can look left, she can look right, she can look down. She does have that upper abdomen tilt. She can do like a type of ab crunch. She can arch back. She can kick forward just a bit, like so, almost at 90 degrees. She can kick back at pretty much about the same. She can kick out just a bit, but not by much. She has that double knee that can go at not about maybe 45 degrees. Her feet can arch back. She does have a type of ankle tilt. Now, something I just noticed right now is that the right leg to Ahsoka is a little loose. It's not, I think it's just with this copy that I'm having that issue. But other than that, and her arms can go 360. They can go up. It does have a type of elbow tilt and can bend at 90 degrees. She does have wrist rotation all the way around. It can bend up, it can bend down, and that is about it. Now, like I said before, she does have a bit, she does have some good articulation, I'll give you that. But um, all in all, she's a pretty good figure. Now, if you wanted to get her, like I normally try and do, the little kickstand and everything. One thing that I have noticed, at least in my past experience, with some of the figures, is that that's not exactly all that possible. So if you want to do like a kickstand or a fight stand, or like in a running or jumping stand, you will need a type of figure stand of some kind. But all in all, like I said, it's not a bad looking figure. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at her accessories. Now, she does come with her 2 lightsabers, and I'm going to go ahead and take those off. I'm going to show off each one. So let's just put her off to the side there. We're going to start off with the larger one here. There we go. As you can tell, that is some really great detailed, just as it appears on Clone Wars. Very nice. That is pretty nice. And of course the blade, I think I made a mention of this in the showcase video last week. The blade seems to be a little bit thicker than the ones that Ahsoka uses in her Rebels form. So we'll probably take a look at those in a bit. And then you got her much smaller version, or her other blade, which is a smaller one. I think this is pretty much an example of where, in terms of samurai, they have 2 swords, one a much more longer blade, the other one shorter. And for those that are able, or warriors that are able to utilize 2 swords at the same time, that's a great accomplishment there. So that is Ahsoka in general. So let's get that out of the way. So let me go ahead, take a few shots, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a comparison between the Clone Wars Ahsoka and the Rebels Ahsoka, and we'll see, the differences other than the physical. So give me a moment. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Thank you all for waiting. And here I have Ahsoka beside Ahsoka. And you can tell the differences are basically night and day. So now one of the main differences that I'm looking at here is basically their height. Even with the way that their heads are shaped with the horns coming up on top, or at least I like to call them horns, along with the tendrils, or the head tails, they're a little bit longer on the Rebels Ahsoka, and they're a little bit shorter on the younger one. However, like I said before, despite that, I want to say they're kind of almost, well, yeah, I still say the younger Ahsoka is a little bit taller. So that's height-wise, there's the difference there. Of course, the designs that are on the head tails are a little bit different, but I guess that's probably due to age and whatnot. Of course, the younger ones is a lot more. You see shades of gray, whereas the Rebels Ahsoka is got blue on a field of white in terms of her headdress. You know, so of course the makeup, at least from what I'm seeing, they're not exactly all that different. I'm going to try and zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. There we go. So, as you can tell, there is a slight difference with the makeup, but I think it's more to the fact that with the Rebels version, they gave her, a few years. I would say like maybe. So I would say that this version of Ahsoka is probably in her early to mid 20s, the Rebels version, and then you have the younger version, who's I don't even think is even out of her teens yet. So she's got a much more wide-eyed expression in this version here. Now, in terms of the lightsabers are going to be different, especially for anyone that's kept up with the series, and especially with Season 7 of Clone Wars. So, there is going to be a bit of a spoiler for those that have not seen it yet. I do apologize for that. Now, in the final episode, Ahsoka does leave behind one of the lightsabers. Now, I'm not sure what happened to the other one, whether or not it got lost during battle, but when it comes down to her current lightsabers, I'll try and zoom out so you can see both of them. There we go. The Rebels Ahsoka, her lightsabers are more thinner in terms of the way they're built. They're kind of like almost rectangular in shape. Pretty much. I don't want to say simulating, but sort of like a homage to the way that the hilts are for samurai swords. So, they're at a certain length, but they're also at a certain thickness and very rectangular. The same way with Ahsoka's longer blade. In this case, that's kind of curved a bit, but as you can tell, the blades are a little bit more clear and not as blue. Of course, in the show, they were pretty much a blade of pure white. So, I'm not sure why Hasbro didn't go ahead and just do it that way, but also the thickness of the blade itself. And I'm going to show each one. So, here you have, this is Clone Wars Ahsoka's blade. That is a pretty good thickness right there. Let's see if I can. There we go. So you can see that is pretty thick right there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Rebels Ahsoka. If I can get Clone Wars to stand. And there is her blade, and it is thinner. I think that's to emulate the old variation of how the blades were in the original trilogy. So they're kind of tapered off. But other than that, that is pretty much about it. There we go. So go ahead and get this situated. There we go. Much better. So that is it for the review. So now let me go ahead and give you my final thoughts. When it comes down to Clone Wars Ahsoka, I have to say that is a very, very good homage to the character itself. Especially with the way Hasbro is doing their Black Series figures, making them more photorealistic, especially for Rebels and Clone Wars. That's not bad. They still kept the way she looked in the series, not as hard edged or too cartoony, just a little bit more bright-eyed, wide-eyed, I should say. Now, posability, the hip skirts and stuff are a little bit hindering, but again, that's how it is. Also, in addition, the way the legs are, or at least with the right leg, it's kind of like a little wobbly. That may be just with my copy, so I don't see that that's going to be an issue. But, you know, I wasn't able to get her on a kicking pose like I normally try and do with most of these figures. So that's going to be an issue there. Let's see here. But other than that, that is really not, really not a whole lot there, to complain about. It's a great figure. I like it. It's a great homage. As a matter of fact, I think I've said it once to a friend of mine, especially after seeing Ahsoka in The Mandalorian. If Hasbro winds up making a Black Series figure of Ahsoka based off of Rosario Dawson's appearance as the character, I'm going to wind up getting that as well. So, almost forgot one other thing. I'm going to go ahead and move Rebels Ahsoka out of the way. And one thing, you are able to actually go ahead and put the lightsabers on these little pig holes. I don't know if you're able to see it, but they're right there. And let's see here. I do believe that that is. And hang on a sec. There we go. There we go. Then I do believe that this might be the peg hole. So, to get the lightsabers to peg into the sides of her skirts, you just go ahead and twist the blade around. As you can tell, it's got the little peg hole there. And then you just plug that in. Well, I'm going to try and plug mine in there. Oh, come on. There we go. Much better. So, you're able to go ahead and peg that on there. I have to say, it's not that bad. I really like it. Of course, they're not going to stay on there. If I wind up, putting them on display, she's going to have her blades out. So, not a big deal there. Let's see. I would have to say, on a scale of 1 through 10, I'm going to go ahead and give her an 8. Like I said, she's a great looking figure. But posability is an issue with certain things. Also, I don't mean to nitpick, but the thickness of the blades, not to my liking. I wish they were a little bit thinner. But again, they're going by They're going by the way they appeared in the Clone Wars series, so I guess I can understand that. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and put these two ladies side by side one final time. And let's see here. Bingo, yes. Actually got them to where they're both looking at the camera here. Alright, so those are my thoughts on the figure. I'd like to hear from you all. Do you happen to have this figure? And if so, tell me about it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Leave me your comments in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Every subscription, every like, every view helps out my channel immensely. Now, I know in the next few days is going to be the end of 2020, and we're going to go into 2021. So I am looking forward to seeing what the future holds in this case. So that is all I have at this point. I look forward to hearing from everyone, and hopefully as things progress, hopefully we'll see some improvements, from some improvements going on, today, from today on. So, alright, without being so melancholy, I'd like to at least thank you all for watching my video. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.